This is Captain Chris Myers of OrlandoFlyCasting.com, and one of the most common mistakes I see time after time is people's leader falling in a pile short of their target. It's a common complaint I get from people coming to me for casting lessons that my line goes all the way out and my leader falls in a pile or it hooks over to the side. It just doesn't make it out to the target, so you end up falling 5 to 10 feet short. And most of the time it's caused by one simple thing, and that is where you're stopping that rod on the delivery stroke. The fly and the fly line only go in the direction that rod tip was stopping. Rod tip was traveling when it stopped. If the rod tip is traveling down towards the water in front of you, that's exactly what it's going to do. And the more pronounced it is, the more it's going to fall into a pile in front of you. So what I'm going to show you is the proper technique and then the most common mistake. So as I'm making my false cast, you notice they go slightly up in the back, out and down in the front, but you notice my rod tip is stopping well above my head. But as my fly unrolls in front of me, it's only a foot to 6 inches above the grass. So I can see exactly where it's going to land. When I stop, then I follow through. You notice that stop, as it came forward, it stopped in the same exact place that all my false casts did. Now, the mistake that I see most often is people get nice false casts going, they get a nice loop going, and then they're going to deliver the fly down here. And this is where they stop the rod, somewhere from waist high to all the way down in the water. Now, what I just did was significantly change my casting stroke from a straight line to a curve. So when I came from here to here, I drew a curve and I told it to fall short in a pile. So the farther down you stop, the more it's going to fall in a pile. If you stop just a little bit down, so I get my cast going and I stop a little bit lower, my fly line completely straightened out in front of me, my leader's in a big pile. If I come all the way down and make a drastic change, now my entire fly line's in a big pile and didn't straighten out at all. So from all the way down to the water to somewhere below where you made those false casts, the farther and farther and farther down you stop, the worse it's going to fall in a pile. So if your fly line and your leader aren't straightening out for you like you'd like, check that you have a stop and then a follow through. I always want to have a stop, and I follow it through down to the water. Everything comes down at once. Fly, leader, and rod tip all come down at the same time. What I don't want to do is stop, let it fall down, and then make a pile of line off my rod tip so that I have to strip 3 or 4 times to get my fly moving, or if I need to pick it up again, I got a big pile of slack off the tip of my rod. So, out, follow through, up, out, follow through. If your leader's falling in a pile, look at your cast. It's best if you can have someone videotape you and watch your cast, especially in slow motion, and you may see that it's the stop on your forward stroke that is causing your leader to fall in a pile.